to Generic Management 4 workshop with Chartwell Business College. Any business, even if it were totally mechanized, would still need people to run the machines, people to sell the product, people to hire the right people, people to run the financial side of things while the salespeople go out to bring in the orders, for the operations people to keep busy and manufacture the product. All these people need to cooperate with each other so that every process runs smoothly to please the customer and in so doing make a profit. Harmonious workplace relationships will contribute to a mutually beneficial work environment. In this workshop we're going to cover Unit Standard 242814. Identify and explain what the core and support functions are in an organization. What are your company's core business? What are the different departments or divisions that you find in your company that help support the company in focusing on the tasks that help make the company successful at its core business? Remember, we covered the management process and there were 4 steps. So we've done planning. Now we are moving on to another dimension, one of organizing. How will our plans that we have devised be realized? It would not make sense to perform the management process, which would have to be broken down into tasks in any other sequence. Managers cannot decide to do something unless they know what should be done. They cannot order a task to be done until they have decided how it should be done. They cannot check the results before the orders have been given. These activities cannot be viewed as separate activities, but rather as an integrated process. Planning the goals and resources to accomplish the desired results, organizing the resources and people, leading the people, and lastly, controlling the resource or resources and the activities of the people. When a business is small or just starting out, it is possible to combine a few of the functional aspects of the business and so have fewer key personnel. For example, HR, finance, and IT and purchasing may be controlled by one person, operations and production by another, and marketing, public relations, and sales by someone else. However, once the company grows, these functions will separate because they become highly specialized and support the CEO to achieve the company goals and strategy. So what are the core business functions in your company? In other words, what is the purpose of the company and its service offering? What are the various business units that have been created in order to achieve the core functions? If the core business is car rentals, which units directly support this function? Which units are generating the cash? All other units that assist the core business units to focus on the subject or on this objective will be supporting units. They do not directly bring in the cash, but due to their support, the core units are able to excel at production and sales. So support functions must add value. For example, the sales manager requests of the human resource manager to recruit quality sales personnel which are needed to do the turnover. The sales manager continues to focus on that area with his existing sales team, while the HR department focuses on recruitment and selection, which is their specialized skill and is normally time consuming. They would be adding value and supporting the sales team and sales manager and supporting them to achieve the core business objectives. Support functions should free up core function managers to use their time in cash generating activities. In your area of responsibility, do you fulfill a support function or a core function? What could you do to further enhance your results? What support would you require to achieve this enhanced result? Are all the areas that you need to focus on and explore. Taking a fresh look at what your role is in the organization and probably brainstorming possibilities by asking yourself some of these questions. If it was within my power to change a process, do something differently, what would that be? Would it improve support to the core functions Would it increase profits? Are all the thoughts that should be going through your mind in order for us to identify what support we need or what support we have to provide. So just to demonstrate that the departments do overlap somewhat in their activities. For example, sales sells the products produced by the production department and tells the finance department to invoice the client. If the finance department doesn't do the invoice, then the sales don't earn their commission and the product may go bad, or we might even lose momentum and not get a repeat order. Relationships may become strained because the complaints flow up and down the chain of command and morale goes down the tubes, and so everything has an impact on every other department.